Welcome to another episode of the Momentors Podcast, a platform where I speak to business leaders, entrepreneurs, and change makers. And today I'm joined in the studio by Rose Collins, a Zimbabwean-born, UK-based hat designer. Welcome to the Momentors Podcast.
Thank you, Dr. Mo. I'm so happy to be here.
Wow. It's exciting to have you on the Momentous Podcast.
How amazing.
Yes, so welcome to Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe's just been amazing. It's just so good to be home.
Absolutely. So, yes, Rose, it's really good to have you here, but I guess the first question that any of our viewers would want to hear, who is Rose Collins? Tell us a bit more. You're Zimbabwean-based, UK-based, Zimbabwean-born, UK-based.
Yes.
But tell us a bit more about Rose Collins. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
Rose Collins is just a regular Zimbabwean girl. Grew up in the UK, so I live in the UK, but my heart is obviously home here in Zimbabwe. So in the UK, I have children. I have 4 children,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
2 boys, 2 girls.
Wow.
Married.
Wow, absolutely amazing. And I should say, you're not looking anything like 4
gracious.
children later.
How gracious of you, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us then, how did this journey of being a millionaire start? How did you start becoming a hat designer? Because I've heard of fashion designers, but this is quite specific. You're a hat designer, and I must say that hat is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you. The Beyonce era.
Designed by yourself?
Designed, made,
Wow.
handcrafted
Absolutely.
by myself.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit more. Tell the viewers about
How
how it all started.
Yes, it's a funny story really, because I never ever set out to be a hat designer.
Mm-hmm.
How it started was back in 2015. I had a bridal shop here in Zimbabwe,
Wow.
Newlands Shopping Center. And in a bridal shop, of course, you sell hats and fascinators, but they're very delicate, pieces. So they used to get damaged, transporting them from the UK to Zimbabwe. So I set about trying to find a way to, rebirth them, instead of just suffering losses in the business and saying they're damaged.
Wow.
So I went online back in the UK and found a milliner. Incidentally, her name is Rose,
Wow.
Rose Corrie.
Yes.
And she used to make hats for the Queen Mother.
Wow.
Yes. So I explained my predicament, and then she asked me to come to her studio where she showed me how to steam, reshape hats. And then after we finished that session, she said to me, "Why don't you stay and make a fascinator?"
Wow.
And that's how the journey began.
Talk about making lemonade out of lemons. That's just like a typical example.
I know. I was totally reluctant initially because
Wow.
I thought, handcrafting a hat must be the hardest thing you can do.
Absolutely.
But obviously learning from a legend like Rose Corrie.
Absolutely. And what other way to enter that particular industry? Somebody who was actually designing for the Queen at the
Queen
time.
Mother, yes.
Wow, absolutely amazing. So viewers, this is Rose Collins I'm speaking to, a UK-based Zimbabwean-born hat designer. And not only is she a hat designer, but she has been featured. I understand you've been featured in the Vogue magazine and have been also part of the prestigious events such as the Royal Ascot. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yes, I was very fortunate. I got a call from the Vogue editors wanting to feature my headpieces.
Wow.
They found me online, liked what I do, so yes, they featured the headpieces.
Wow.
And over time I've supplied them with, more hats.
As well.
The racing events, the prestigious racing events that
yes.
take place, such as Royal Ascot. I have so many clients that go there. There's Kentucky Derby in America.
Wow.
I also ship to America.
Wow.
And there are other racing events in Australia. So I am quite global in that sense.
Wow. An amazing journey for a Zimbabwean-born and UK-based now entrepreneur. And viewers, stay tuned for more on Rose Collins. Thank you. So welcome viewers to our second segment, speaking to Rose Collins, who is a Zimbabwean-born, UK-based entrepreneur, hat designer and millionaire. And we have established that you were featured in the Vogue magazine, not only the Vogue magazine, but you have done many other prestigious events such as the Royal Ascot and designing for really high-profile clients in the United Kingdom. So really well done for that. My question now is, being based Zimbabwean-born, woman of color in the United Kingdom, how has that been for you? What challenges have you faced as a woman in business, as a hat designer entering the fashion industry? What challenges have you faced and what can you share with the audience?
I think with any industry there are those challenges, but then again, as you mentioned, being a woman of color adds to further challenges.
Yes.
So for me, it was more, I should say, imposter syndrome, where I just felt deep down inside that maybe because I'm a woman of color, people won't take me seriously. And more so because I'm from Zimbabwe, an African country.
Yes.
So it was really about finding my feet and my voice in the industry and having that confidence to say, what I've created is good enough.
Yes.
And I'm so lucky because I'm surrounded by people, my children especially, who encourage me and believe in what I do. So
wow. Absolutely amazing. And I like the fact that you talk about imposter syndrome. I think it's an important topic for us to just quickly delve into it. When we talk about imposter syndrome, how do you think it affects the average businesswoman? Because I know a lot of women in business struggle with that. How did you overcome that imposter syndrome?
I feel it's a process you have to go through. And the most important thing is self-belief.
Absolutely.
We are so filled with self-doubt. I'm sure most people in business or most creatives will tell you when they create something, you're never thoroughly satisfied. You're always thinking, I could have done it better if I had more time. I could have finished it this way. But then it's through the comments that I hear from people, my clients. When you see their faces light up because they love something, or they're sending you feedback because their family and friends were commenting and they were receiving positive feedback. Then that, in time sort of feeds. Not that you become pompous about it, but you actually start believing in your own worth.
Absolutely.
As a designer.
Absolutely.
And
I
also
love
because
that.
millinery is traditionally, in the UK especially, it's a white, predominantly white, milliners creating for the clients, which are predominantly
white again. And obviously I love the fact that you talk about self-belief, which is a really important element to have as a woman in business. So we're talking about imposter syndrome. How do you overcome that? And one of the things Rose is just really saying here is about self-belief, in believing in yourself first before what others would think about.
Absolutely. If you know you're doing something and you're doing it right, and you look and you see what other people are doing and your work stands up to the test, then yes, you deserve to be there. You deserve to dress the royal family. You deserve to have that platform.
Absolutely. I love that. So yes, I really love the fact that you're talking about your family being a very supporting foundation for you that has maybe even helped you to even further believe in yourself, more into your designs. So Rose, your designs have been admired for their elegance over time, obviously having been featured on different exquisite platforms. How would you say your brand has evolved over time?
I think when I started out, it was more about perfecting the craft. The craftsmanship was very important to me. But then as time evolved, it's more about connection,
Yes.
the language, how my clients feel. Over time, my creations have, they've become a fusion of my African heritage. So I love to use bold prints, the African Ankara fabrics.
Yes.
I've designed pieces, and I believe I've designed one
Absolutely.
for you too, Dr. Mo, that you kindly supported my brand.
Absolutely.
Yes, so
Absolutely.
I love color. My creative journey, I just look at things. I'm inspired by, if you've watched The Planet, I think it's The Planet by Sir David Attenborough, where he does the nature.
Yes.
All the colors in nature. I love just, clashing colors and complementary colors.
Absolutely lovely, lovely.
And
to
I always
hear.
say, for someone to wear a Rose Collins creation, you have to be bold enough to want to stand out from the crowd.
Absolutely, and I can really attest to the fact that your hats will make you stand out, and I have been a very, very proud supporter to the brand myself. So, I love to hear the fact that also you're talking about how your heritage has also helped to evolve the way your hats, and I think one of the things that we'll be doing in the next segment is actually showcasing some of those hats. So what has been the most inspirational or a hat that you'd say, I designed this hat? Can you walk us through that particular hat? What did it look like? What inspired the design? And who was it for, without mentioning names if you don't have to. Yes, so I have, asked Rose to bring some of her pieces onto the podcast, as I'm really keen for you to talk us through some of the work, because I know you've talked about some of your work being inspired by culture, your heritage. And I wanted you to talk to us through a couple of your hats that you've designed recently.
Okay. Well, this is one of the pieces that I've designed that are inspired by my African heritage. So this here on top is the Ankara fabric that you would traditionally see us African women wearing.
Wow.
So what I've done when I've made this, I've infused cinnamon, which is traditionally what you'd see a mother of the bride or groom wearing, the hats that you see at weddings. So I've used that as a foundation material to support my Ankara fabric.
Material.
So the whole process of making a hat, in order for me to get this shape, I need what you would call a hat form or a hat block.
Okay.
So I've got a sample here, but obviously they come in different shapes and sizes. So this is a wooden hat form that I've used to do the crown of a boater hat.
Right.
So for this shape, I had to get a wooden block.
A wooden block.
In this shape.
Okay, absolutely.
And then another block with the dome shape.
Wow.
So it's two pieces that I've blocked separately. So there's a lot of steaming.
There's a lot, yes, absolutely, yes.
And everything that you see here is done by hand. That's why we call it a handcrafted hat.
Handcrafted hat.
So there's wire that I've used in the brim to support
and give it the lovely shape.
To maintain the shape. And then obviously you put a sweatband inside.
Wow, absolutely amazing. And I'm not going to preempt you, because one of the things that, thank you for that explanation, Rose, but one of the things that I really like, and I've heard and read about your brand, is that you've been also doing workshops.
That's right.
Hat making workshops in the UK. And you're planning to also bring that here to Zimbabwe. So tell us about the workshops and what that would entail for somebody that may be listening today.
Yes, I'm very passionate about passing on the knowledge. So basically in the UK, I teach people how to make hats as well. As I explained at the start, I was taught by somebody.
Absolutely.
So it's always important to pass it on.
Absolutely.
So in the UK, I teach, and then I thought, why not my country? Why not my people?
Absolutely.
So people, stay alert. Workshops are coming to Zimbabwe. I want to put Zimbabwe on the global standard of millinery.
Absolutely. And you know what? You saying that, you've already started. You're probably one of the first Zimbabweans to be on that global stage representing the country. And it's really lovely to see and hear. And one of the things that we do on the Momentors platform is really pass on that baton. We are looking to pass on the knowledge, pass on the experiences, so that we get more and more younger, people coming into these spaces.
Absolutely.
So really lovely to hear.
You don't want to die with the knowledge.
Absolutely.
You have to pass it on to
the
next
generation.
Infuse them. Tell
Yes.
them that being a young girl or boy from Africa doesn't
Yes.
mean to say you cannot make hats for the royal family.
Not
You
a
can't
limitation.
make hats for celebrities.
Absolutely.
There's no limitation.
Absolutely no limitation. We're breaking that glass ceiling.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And I hope the viewers have enjoyed watching you really go through and explain the detail. And I'm sure there's more and more detail to what goes into making these amazing hats by Rose Collins. And of course, if they are interested in joining or making hats as a hobby or even as a trade, you know, Rose is actually bringing workshops to Zimbabwe.
Absolutely.
And this is something that really is grand, and I love to hear.
I'm really excited.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited to be home and to share with my people.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so talking us through, Rose is going to be talking us through how she made, I know you've talked about how you made the Afrocentric hat, and now, you know, you've got another hat in your hand there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I just don't cater for the gorgeous ladies out there.
Absolutely.
The gents are not left out as well.
Absolutely.
So here's a fedora
Wow.
that has been handcrafted for the gents.
Wow.
This one is specifically for the Zimbabwean market because I'm including Mutupo.
Mutupo,
we can
yes.
do the initials. So my hat
Absolutely.
Madzibaba.
Wow.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. And this one specifically says Mahat's. It's a Moyo hat.
It's
so,
a Moyo hat.
You know, so Rose Collins, made by Rose Collins. Absolutely amazing. I love it.
And
Okay.
then we also have the traditional Panama. So this is a pure Panama straw hat, which
Wow.
you can, you know, with our Zim sunshine.
Yes,
who doesn't
absolutely.
need a straw hat for
Very light to
protection?
touch and not heavy at all.
Not heavy at all.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So of course, you know, there is a website.
There
Where
is
can
my
people see
website.
these hats?
Yes, if you visit www.rosecollinsmillinery.com, you'll find all the hats listed on there.
Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful. So thank you so much, Rose, for
My
that.
pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So then, going into the last, you know, a few more questions for you. You've recently been to the Zimbabwe Fashion Week.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I did see you
was,
there.
I was.
Absolutely. So, I mean, in comparison to having attended, you know, global other events in the UK and other countries, you know, how was the vibe at the Zim Fashion Week?
Dr. Mo, Zimbabwe made me proud.
Absolutely.
Zimbabwean fashion show
Wow.
made Zimbabweans proud.
Wow, wow.
The standards
Wow.
were
Out of
phenomenal.
this world. Wow.
The designs, the creativity,
Lovely.
everything about it was
Lovely.
amazing. I had the time of my life there.
Lovely,
I
lovely.
really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. So can we be looking forward to seeing Rose Collins, you know, showcasing, exhibiting maybe in the future? Is that something that is
Absolutely.
part of your plan?
I've actually spoken to the director of
Yes.
Zimbabwean Fashion Show,
Yes.
Priscilla.
Yes.
And definitely next year.
Absolutely.
But what I'm more excited about is
Yes.
training people and seeing
Absolutely,
their designs, on the stage.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. So we have it. Zim Fashion Week was
Next year.
astounding, and we've heard from yourself, you know, that the feedback is grand, and we love to see Zimbabwe on the map. So
Zimbabwean
thank you,
designers are
absolutely,
phenomenal.
absolutely. So you heard it for yourselves. So yeah, thank you so much, Rose,
Thank you
for
for
really
having me.
talking to me. So what last words would you like to, you know, to say to a woman or a man who may be thinking about going into the designer world, fashion designing world? You know, what would be your words of advice to them?
First of all, I mean, designing, whether you're doing millinery or fashion design, clothing, you know, male or female, follow your passion, follow your
Absolutely.
dream. If you feel that fire deep within, that this is what you need, you know,
Yes.
you were born to do, then follow it. You know, sometimes I realize life gets in the way
Yeah.
and you have to work, you
Yes.
have to pay the bills.
Yes.
but spare an hour to work on your dream and passion.
Absolutely.
It will happen.
Absolutely.
If you have that burning desire, it will come true.
Absolutely. So we've heard it from Rose Collins, and she's talking about, you know, if you're thinking about starting that business, you're thinking about, you know, you have the passion within you, you have that fire within you, you know, lasting words from Rose Collins, not myself, is don't let a day pass you by. You know, chase after your passions, go for your dreams, never let anything deter you from going for your dreams.
Yes. Learn, spend a day learning, researching.
Absolutely.
And another thing, don't be afraid to ask for help. So if you're looking into hat making and being a milliner, reach out to people like myself or somebody that you admire who can advise you.
Absolutely.
Mentorship is also very important.
Absolutely.
And someone to
Absolutely. And speaking about mentorship, before you go, are you offering any mentorship for my young fashion designers who may be watching? Is that something that you're hoping to do? Are you doing that already?
That is definitely something that I'm hoping to do. I did start a few years ago, which I intend to reignite, teaching disadvantaged women from Kadoma, because I'm a Kadoma girl.
Wow, Kadoma girl.
And that's for free, but yes, in future, definitely offering
something
mentorship.
like you'll be offering mentorship. And I think that's so important, and it's one of the things that I'm big on, you know, getting these business leaders, getting these successful entrepreneurs, you know, these change makers to really create a bridge where we're saying, you know, we're passing on the baton to the next generation. And that can only be done through mentorship. Absolutely, sharing in the knowledge. So once again, thank you, Rose, for coming to the Momentors podcast. And it's really a pleasure to speak to you and hear about your journey as a millionaire.
It's been wonderful being here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. So how can people get in touch with you? Where can we find you if somebody's watching and they would like to get in touch with you? What's the best way to?
So good old social media, Instagram, look for rose.collins.millinery. On Facebook, look for Rose Collins Millinery, and you'll find me. I'm sure telephone numbers will be there somewhere.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, viewers, and for tuning into the Momentors podcast, and I hope to see you soon, talking to real leaders, real stories, and real change makers.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Mo.